Today we'll learn how to fold a crane. So take a square piece of origami paper, fold it lengthwise, and do it again on the other side. And crease it. And then we are going to do the diagonal fold by unfolding it. And this is the diagonal of a square. And do the same on the other side. And unfold it. And I'm going to flip it. And what I'm going to do is think of this as a baseball field. This is the first base, second, third, and home. And I'm going to take the first and third base and lift it up by pinching it. And this is the mountain fold, where I'm actually folding it so that the part kind of projects out. So I'm going to take this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it so that my fingers meet. And when they meet, I'm going to take my right hand off and hold the two with my left hand. And then you'll see that if I just gently put it down, I can just collapse it so that it becomes a square. Okay. I'm going to try this again so you guys can see what I'm doing. So if I unfold it like this, think of this as a baseball field. This is first base, second base, third base, and home base. With my left hand, I'm going to hold on to the third base. And with my right hand, I'm going to hold on to first base. And instead of folding it on the valley fold, I'm going to do the mountain fold, which is reversing it. So I'm actually pinching it like this. And I'm going to move my fingers so that my two hands meet. And then I'm going to take my right hand away so that now I have both ends just with using my left hand. And then I'm going to gently lay it down. And then collapse the front part of the square so that it forms a square. Now, what does it look like? I have the top flap, I have the middle two flaps that are divided, and then the bottom flap. Okay, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the upper flap and then fold it up and then crease it. I'm going to flip it and do the same with the bottom flap. Okay, and crease it. Now I'm going to turn my square so that the opening flaps are pointing to my right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently open the flaps. And as you can see, this part will be aligned to center line. So I'm just going to just fold it so that it is meeting the center line. I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. And I'm just going to gently unfold this so that I'm going to fold this triangular part so that it is folded like at the end too. So I'm just going to go ahead and now collapse it. And you get a geometrical shape which is called kite. A kite is such that the two diagonals that you can see are perpendicular to each other and the two sides are equal in length. Okay? I'm going to flip it and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Let's see what I'm doing here. I'm just going to open the flap a little bit and then I'm gonna take this part and fold it in. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other end. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of fold it so that the same triangular folds are created on the other end. And I'm just going to create a crease. Oh gosh, didn't do well there. Okay, now if you look at this kite, it is made up of two different parts. The one that is like whole and the part that is divided. Okay, so I'm gonna fold this part, which is a divided two flaps, inwards like this, and do the same here. I'm gonna flip it and do the same. Okay. Now I'm gonna do what they call a reverse fold. I have two parts here that are divided. I'm gonna take the first part and reverse it, which is just reverse it like this, fold it backwards, and then collapse it down. And you don't have to do this perfectly. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna fold it up and collapse it. Okay. Now I'm gonna say this is the tail of my crane, and this is the beak of my crane. And the beak part, I'm just going to just reverse fold again so that it looks like a beak. Okay. And then I'm going to take the two wings and open it up. So there's my crane. Oh, okay. Let me show you how the profile looks here. There's my crane. Well, this is a crane, but as I told you, I said I'm going to make a phoenix. The only difference between a crane and a phoenix is that phoenix has long tail and crane doesn't. So I'm going to give this crane a long tail. So I'm going to take another piece of square like this. And what I'm going to do with this square is to do a diagonal fold. Okay, I'm going to crease it with my fingernails. And then I'm going to open it up. Okay, and then I'm going to fold this part so that the side of the square meets the center diagonal. I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. Easy peasy, right? Easy. Okay. And I'm going to do it, repeat the same process again, which is taking this end and folding it so that it meets the center line. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other end. Remember in origami, it's all about symmetry. So you are repeating the same thing on the other side. So you're always doing in pairs. Okay, so now I have that. Okay, I'm going to crease it a little bit to make it a little easy. And then this end, which is too sharp now, I'm just going to fold it in so that it's not sharp anymore. And I'm just going to take this and, well, I'm sorry, I'm just going to fold it the other end, sorry. I'm going to flip it and fold it this way. And you'll see why I want to do that. And now I'm going to go ahead and fold it in like this so that it is half of what I started out with. And if you look, I got some nice looking wings here. So I'm going to take my crane, and this is the tail part of my crane. I'm going to attach the new tail that he's going to get. See that? So that's this. Here's my phoenix. And I'll just use my stapler, which I don't have right now, and just staple this in, or just glue it on. And here's my phoenix. Okay. Alrighty. So try creating a phoenix. Remember, take a picture and submit it as your Patronus for week number 4 Harry Potter reading competition challenge. Okay, thank you guys. See you next time.